all you action figure enthusiasts out there. JC here, and welcome to a Monday edition of TNInews Live. And we've got a lot to cover today. It was a pretty busy weekend. We had two conventions. We had WonderCon out in California, and then Toylanta in Georgia. So fairly decent sized cons on both coasts this weekend. And we got some news from both of those conventions, which we're going to go over today. So let's just do a quick roll call, see who is in the house here. Austin is here. Good to see you, my friend. Looks like Jeremy was here, but had to go back to work. So hopefully he'll catch on the rerun. And we've got Judge Dredd's in the house. And we've got, let's see, Imagine in the house. I hope Maximum Series Hulk. Predicting for tomorrow's Marvel Legend live stream. Dog Meat is in the house. Max Hulk price going to be announced tomorrow too, or some shenanigans as the last time. I don't know, Dog Meat, but we'll talk a little bit about that. Zim is in the house. What is up? Mr. Allmine is here as well. Adam is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. John Brooks, I'm sorry, John Bucenic is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We got a couple of Johns here. Don't think John Brooks has arrived yet, but he usually pops in from Ireland. Paciano is here as well. Good afternoon to you. We've got Road Pig John in the house. Elio, what is up? Maximum Zombie or Max Zombie. Everett is in the house. We've got Ruben here. So it looks like we had a pretty full house. Coco is here as well. User was banned for this post. Okay. Figure Fury also in the house. So like I said, it looks like we've got a pretty full house here. So let's just start jumping into the news. Like I said, we do have quite a bit to go over today. So let's just jump into it. And again, I apologize. My voice still is not 100%. Still got a little bit of congestion in my chest from that cold. So a little bit of frogginess. But let's start with Marvel. So first of all, if you're into Hot Toys, we've got the new Daredevil, Born Again Daredevil figure, the 1/6 scale Daredevil. Comes with multiple head sculpts, interchangeable hands, lower face parts, gloved hands, his Billy Club different versions of his Billy Club. So he's got that gritting teeth look, and then he's got a normal expression with the mask. Looks pretty good overall. You got the Matt Murdock head. At first I was like, man, his eyes look kind of dead there. And then I was like, oh wait, shit, he's blind. It's supposed to kind of look like that. And of course they do include the glasses that you can put on him, so that's good. Again, he's got multiple face pieces. So again, Daredevil, Born Again, 1/6 scale from Hot Toys. It's available for pre-order now. You can get it places like Big Bad Toy Store. Not due out until September of 2026, so you got a ways to go. But $300 on that one at Big Bad Toy Store. Last week, we had the pre-order for the Kingpin figure from Amazon. So I think that is still available. I can find it. But last time I checked, though, it hasn't been a while. But yes, it is still available if you want that Kingpin with the black suit. I decided to go on pre-order this one just because I like the black suit for Kingpin. I am hoping that the head sculpts on the previous Kingpins that we've gotten from Marvel Legends will work on this body, because I do like the head sculpts from the previous Kingpins with the white suit, but I do like the black suit. So I went on and pre-ordered this one myself. It is $40. Technically, it's based on the PlayStation video game, but I think it'll fit in with your comic figures as well. Doesn't really work for your MCU Kingpin because he's a little too big, but definitely kind of works with the video game or the comic book based stuff. Mondo for WonderCon. Thanks to In Pursuit Toys. That's these images, and Dan as well. Wiesemeyer, if I mispronounce that. He took the picture of the Nightcrawler here. But for you 1/6 scale Mondo Marvel fans from Spider-Man the Animated Series, this is from WonderCon. They had on display at their booth. So that one is coming to the line. And then again, Nightcrawler from the X-Men Animated Series, also coming to the line. So, and then at their panel, they announced a Mr. Sinister figure as well. So just the digital render for Mr. Sinister, but again, for 1/6, if you're into the Mondo stuff, that is coming to the line. Todd McFarlane at WonderCon, again, thanks to In Pursuit Toys, announced some new statues. So 1/10 scale Spider-Man from his Spider-Man, this was his first big comic where he was writing and doing the art. Bunch of variant covers and stuff, but Spider-Man, so we're getting a statue from McFarlane for that. There will be a black costume version as well. They also announced another Spider-Man. These are 1/10 scale. So Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man #1. We've got Black Panther from Marvel Knights #4. The Thing from Fantastic Four 642. Another X-Men #1 figure with the Beast, Jim Lee. So this one is going to be a Platinum Edition figure, so red platinum, and then Carnage from Amazing Spider-Man 362. These other ones we had already seen, had already been announced. So that's pretty much it as far as WonderCon reveals on the Marvel front. And then it was announced last week that we are getting a new Marvel Legends fan stream. Somebody had asked last week when the next one was going to be. I told you I thought it was probably going to be early March, and literally the very first, or not March, but April, and literally the very first day of April. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Is when the next Marvel Legends fan stream is. Now, Dan Young gave his usual setting expectations, not an April Fool's prank, because of course tomorrow is April Fool's, which means there'll be a ton of bogus April Fool's posts, news posts, things like that. So you'll have to be wary of that. But the fan stream is not April Fool's, and we will get some new reveals. So in his post, he teases there's going to be some MCU, though he says cross his fingers. So I guess he's thinking not 100% concerned, but looks like some MCU and then Comic Classic. Now, I can't tell you exactly what's going to be revealed. I don't know, but just speculation-wise, based on things I've seen, I'm thinking the remaining 2 Daredevil Born Again figures will be revealed. That's probably the few MCU that he's talking about. So one of those should be Punisher. The other one, I don't know. I'm speculating either it's going to be White Tiger or the Muse, both of which have been fully revealed in the Born Again series, if you've been watching it. And originally I thought it was going to be White Tiger, but now I'm thinking more likely it's going to be the Muse. That seems more like a more likely candidate for a figure based on the series, if you've been watching again. So, but we'll have to see. And then as far as Comic Classic, I think very good chance we're going to see the next Maximum series Hulk figure. Again, not confirmed. I'm not sitting here telling you this is what we're going to see. I am speculating. And based on what Dan Young set as expectation for a Comic Classic figure, I feel like, remember they did tease one of the accessories in their last live stream, the missile. So, the fact they teased that, it is a comic book based figure. The Maximum Spider-Man figure is already starting to see release. So I feel like they're going to show off the next figure. Now, I don't know. I can't tell you for sure when things are going to go up for pre-order. Probably not tomorrow. In fact, let me pop over to... there is a pre-order for Marvel tomorrow based on the Entertainment Earth Drop Zone page. But I suspect that's based on the clue that Entertainment Earth gives. That sounds like maybe a reissue, but so maybe there'll be something for Marvel up tomorrow. I can't say for sure, but definitely sounds like on Thursday, April 3rd, we'll be getting some Marvel pre-orders. My guess is that whatever Marvel pre-orders that they announce tomorrow will go up on April 3rd. I guess both could be, we'll have to wait and see, but But I think like tomorrow, I feel like tomorrow might be more like either a reissue from Transformers or something like that. And then April 3rd. But I can't tell you exactly what is going up for pre-order and when. With the Marvel Legend live streams, they usually spread out the pre-orders. So everything they show tomorrow is probably not going to go up for pre-order right away. So I'm thinking, if in fact they show Daredevil Reborn figures, those will be what go up for pre-order this week, since we already got the Daredevil figure that's already available for pre-order. And then anything else will be probably spread out over the course of the month. They've been kind of like averaging one Marvel Legend pre-order a week, so I wouldn't be surprised if they continue with that. And I wouldn't expect them to tell us the price if, in fact, the Maximum Hulk is what they is one of the things they show off tomorrow. I would not expect the price to be given until it actually goes up for pre-order. And again, I don't know what the price is. I suspect it is going to be more expensive than the Spider-Man figure, but how much more I couldn't tell you. So that, again, probably, even though I feel like pretty good chance we'll see the Hulk figure tomorrow. I've seen some images floating around Reddit, supposedly showing us the new feet and hands for the Hulk Ultimate figure. I can't confirm whether those are legit or not, but supposedly those were attached to an older body. So yeah, I don't know. But regardless of that, I still think probably a pretty good chance that Maximum Hulk will be one of the reveals for tomorrow. But whether it goes up for pre-order this week, that I probably am going to say it's probably a week or two off from actually going up for pre-order. And then again, as far as what the price will be, maybe they'll tell us tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wait until it actually goes up for pre-order. Other possibilities. So, there's a third wave of X-Men 97 figures. We've talked about all these things before. I'm just kind of going down things that have been rumored. But I had seen indications that third wave of X-Men 97 figures had been pushed back towards the later part of this year. So, and those are cartoon based, not comic classics. So I don't think we're going to see those tomorrow. Originally, by this point, I think we would have seen them. But again, I believe those got delayed to the later part of the year. So Daniel did say that there would be at least one more live stream after tomorrow's live stream. There would be at least one more before San Diego Comic-Con. I wouldn't be surprised if they do two more before San Diego, mainly because they've been averaging one a month. And after tomorrow's technically will be April's live stream, but then there's still May and June before we get to San Diego Comic-Con in July. So maybe one, maybe two live streams, but definitely at least one more live stream before we get to San Diego Comic-Con. So again, slight possibility for X-Men 97, but my feeling is not likely. Now, another possibility is those Marvel vs. Capcom figures that have long been rumored. We've talked about these before here. So the only reason why I'm thinking maybe we could start seeing some of these is because they're not actually listed, from what I've seen. They're not listed as video game figures. They don't fall under the Gamerverse banner. They're listed actually as Marvel Legends Anniversary figure set. So, and you could probably claim these to be comic if you wanted to. So, again, based on rumors, Silver Samurai, Wolverine 2-pack, Thanos Psylocke 2-pack, a new deluxe Juggernaut figure, Gargantos deluxe figure, which likely would be the Shuma Gorath. We talked about that a few weeks ago, and with the whole name thing. And there is actually two versions. There is an actual character named Gargantos, and then there is a character named Shuma Gorath. And the Shuma Gorath name seems to be kind of held up in red tape, and they're very similar. So if that turns out to be correct, I'm guessing it's going to essentially be a version of Shuma Gorath that we see in the Marvel vs. Capcom. But I don't think with these figures you're going to actually see like Marvel vs. Capcom on the packaging. Again, these don't appear to be under like the Gamerverse banner. So, I don't know how they will technically classify these figures. So we'll have to wait and see. So I won't say it's impossible, but maybe that's something. Um, there are like Thunderbolt movie figures coming. Thunderbolts comes out in theaters in May. We've been seeing more and more trailers and stuff for that movie, but I don't think we'll see any Thunderbolt stuff tomorrow. I think either we'll see that at the next live stream. In fact, I would say probably not tomorrow, but some obviously San Diego would be too late. The movie's coming out in May. San Diego Comic Con's in July, so we will likely see the Thunderbolt products that they're going to be doing before San Diego, but I just don't think it'll be tomorrow. Again, I could be wrong on that, but I tend not. They've said before that they generally don't do MCU reveals in a live stream. Sometimes they'll do the Disney Plus stuff in a live stream, but when it comes to the movie stuff, they generally, they'll if there's not an event for them to show them off at, then they'll probably announce them through some type of corporate media site. And I definitely could see that happening maybe next month, as in not April, but in May. Early May, I can see them doing that, or at the end of April. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, probably we'll probably see whatever the next Target exclusive X-Men figure is. Um, the Jean Grey just went up for pre-order the other week, so we'll probably get that, maybe possibly other store exclusives. I don't know, but from Dan's post, again, I'm not expecting like a ton of stuff reveals tomorrow. So a couple Daredevil figures, maybe the Hulk figure, a couple store exclusives. I don't really necessarily expect we'll get more than that unless they do start delving into like the Marvel versus Capcom stuff. Um, but that's just, again, all of this is just purely my guess. I don't have any inside information on what they're actually going to show tomorrow. I'm just kind of speculating based on things that I've seen. And of course, 11 a.m. tomorrow on Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. But if you can't watch that, we'll have full coverage up at Marvelous News as it happens. And then I'll definitely be back on Wednesday to talk in more detail about everything that they show off. All right, let's move on. So let's jump over to Star Wars real quick. Last week we've been getting Celebration Japan exclusives. So Hasbro will have an exclusive set. I suspect this is going to be fairly popular. It's a Celebration Japan, the Ronin and R5D56 figure from the Star Wars. What was it called? The cartoon series Visions, Star Wars Vision. So that's what this is based on. Done in black and white. You get fancy packaging. That's the R2 unit. That's the figure. Lightsabers in color, but everything else is black and white. I suspect indications suggest that this particular set is only going to be offered at the convention, not online. But I would not be surprised if some variation of this set gets released as a general release down the road. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But again, this is the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Celebration exclusive set. And Star Wars Celebration comes up in May, if I remember correctly. And then Hot Toys also has revealed some new. These are convention exclusives, but like Darth Vader, this version of Darth Vader, which they're calling Dueling Effect Vader. So he's got like the red tint to the armor and everything. So that one, and then just last night they revealed this one as the Cherry Blossom version Stormtrooper. So, and I don't know if any of those will be available online at some point or not. Not a whole lot on the Transformer front. We had some new listings leak out thanks to JT Prime. So studio series stuff, 86. I don't know if these are going to be brand new figures or just reissues. Most of these we've had before. Wind Charger, Sunstreaker. Kranix is interesting from the movie. I don't think we've ever had a Kranix figure. Cliff Jumper, and these are deluxe class. Bumblebee. Orion Pax is from the Transformer 1 movie. Some other Transformer movie, Transformer 5 Barricade, Transformer 1 Thundercracker, Arachnid. And then for Voyager class, 86 Skywarp, 86 Thundercracker, 86 Shockwave. Again, Alpha Trion from Transformer 1. Then for Leader class, a new 86 movie Soundwave, Astro Train, Snarl. I mean, we just got Snarl not too long ago. I don't know why they would be reissuing that one, but and then 30th anniversary capsule figures, Deluxe Hound, Voyager Scourge, Voyager Hot Rod, and Leader Class Optimus Prime. So again, I don't know how many of these are just reissues and how many are new, but looks like a bunch of studio series coming. Then a few additional leaks, but Blast Off, so another Combaticon, Generation Prime Deluxe Optimus, Shore Shot Blast Off, Quick Strike, Power Glide. I was just thinking about we needed a new updated G1 Power Glide because the last one we got looks good, but is a little bit small. So a lot of Transformer stuff coming. Let's see. Let's jump over. Up for pre-order now from Super 7, from their Super Cyborg line. If you want a transparent Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Android, that's kind of cool looking. That's $85. You can get it at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Again, part of that Super Cyborg line that Super 7 does. Krang looks like a piece of chewed up bubble gum there with the translucent pink. Let's see what else we got. Looks like those Iron Giant figures have gone up for pre-order at places like Big Bad and Entertainment Earth as well. So the deluxe 7-inch Iron Giant, and then again a translucent Super Cyborg. Those went up during Toy Fair originally. I think it's Super 7, but now available elsewhere. Let's get into McFarlane. We got a lot of McFarlane stuff, so let's delve into that. So first of all, finally that Joker figure has gone up for. This is the Killing Joke Joker figure that was originally going to be released at Walmart with a backdrop that recreates the comic book cover. Again, originally this was supposed to go up a couple months ago at Amazon, and then it got held at the last minute. And so I guess for whatever reason, Amazon decided not to carry it, and Walmart ended up carrying it. So last time I checked, it is still available. So you can get this off of Walmart, $29.99. It's sold out briefly on Walmart, but now it's back. So there you go. And you can also get it on the McFarlane store. They're actually, I think there's some kind of bundle they're doing. So you can investigate that. But again, that what was originally going to be Amazon, now Walmart and McFarlane store is available $29.99. This Batpod and Batman figure from Dark Knight Rises. We've talked about this before. It's been available over at some Canadian retailers like GameStop and Amazon. But here in the United States, this has been confirmed as being a Target exclusive. No idea when exactly it's going to be made available. But Again, here in the U.S., has been confirmed by McFarlane as a Target store exclusive. Pre-order date move on these new Fidgetal figures, the Dr. Fate, the Two-Face, and the Superman. Originally, they said these were going to go up for pre-order on April 11th. That has now been moved to April 2nd. So this coming Wednesday is when these 3 figures will be available for pre-order. So these should be available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon will probably have them as well. 12 p.m. Eastern time is when those are supposed to go up for pre-order. Last week we had several pre-orders. So that Batman 1 million went up for pre-order. I believe is still pretty readily available. This final Batsuit Mega figure has gone up for pre-order. Again, available at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon did not carry this one. They had a listing for it, even had images up for it, but they never actually made it available. So, and then this wave of with the Adam Strange, the Deadshot, and the Year 2 Batman, those also went up for pre-order last week. The Deadshot sold out very quickly, almost everywhere. I think that's pretty much sold out everywhere. The Deadshot figure. The other 2, I believe you can still pretty much get everywhere else. But Deadshot was definitely the most popular of the 3, which is not too surprising here. And there are Platinum Edition versions of these, all 3 of these figures, different colored versions. McFarlane, I think, at least this weekend, had some cases for some of these still available if you wanted to ensure yourself of getting the Platinum Editions. That's actually the Platinum version for Year 2 Batman. The darker color one is the regular version. And then again, Deadshot. And again, darker color version for the Platinum Edition on Deadshot. And these have been hitting physical Walmart stores as well, as we've talked about previously. Now, we had a McFarlane toy panel at WonderCon, so we had a lot of stuff to go over. Again, big thanks to In Pursuit Toys. Check out their YouTube channel and their Instagram. Actually, Instagram is probably the best place to check them out. But let's just go down everything that they revealed. So they still have not shown off any of their Superman movie products. We've seen listings. We know they're coming. They said they were coming, but they didn't show anything off yet. Now, I believe there are rumors that there's going to be a new Superman trailer, possibly tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe after that, we'll start seeing some product reveals for the movie. But again, nothing yet on that. But what they did show off, and some of these we've seen the Jade, Green Lantern Jade, and the Hal Jordan armored suit Return of Superman figures. Those have popped up overseas. They announced the Cowboy Batman at their last McFarlane Toys show, so we had seen that one already. Obviously, the Batman 1 million, that went up for pre-order last week, so we'd seen that one. But we also have Classic Eradicator from Return of Superman and Classic Bizarro. So those will be coming. Probably the coolest news was these Batman Return figures, 7-inch figures. They're listing them as theatrical deluxe figures. Theatrical, obviously, because they're movie-based. Originally, this was going to be a Build-A-Figure wave, but they decided to do the Penguin Commandos just as a 3-pack, so essentially as a deluxe type figure. So these are all sold separately. It is not a Build-A-Figure wave, but with this wave, you get a new Batman from the movie, Michael Keaton Batman. You get Danny DeVito Penguin, which will have a soft goods coat included with it. Not shown here, but they did say that there would be a soft goods coat to go with the Penguin. Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, Max Schreck getting a figure, probably maybe for the very first time. And then again, Penguin Commandos. So those will be coming at some later time, but still no word about a Jack Nicholson Joker. I know everybody, that's what everybody wants, but I just don't see it happening. But I won't say impossible, but I'm not holding my breath. For DC Page Punchers, Mr. Bones from Infinity Incorporated number 16. A return of Superman Superboy figure. I don't know if the jacket will be included with this one. Maybe a soft goods jacket. That would be cool. I'm not sure on that one. Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman number 1. Classic Wonder Woman. That is coming. Also, New 52 Superman, which is going to be offered as a Platinum Edition, Red Platinum figure. Don't know where we'll see that pop up first. Mr. Miracle, Sandman, classic Sandman. What looks to be finally a correct version of Azrael from Night Quest. And again, Return of Superman, classic Cyborg Superman. So we're finally getting the classic versions of all these various Supermans from the Return of Superman storyline. We've gotten other looks for these characters from McFarlane already, but again, finally getting the classic looks. And again, with that one, it's a red platinum figure, so it will probably be harder to get. For your DC Collector stuff, we've got Hawk Girl. That one they showed at the McFarlane Toy Show, so we'd seen that one before. Another Guy Gardner figure, which is a red platinum, another Mr. Terrific, variant colors, another red platinum, and then this, I have no idea, Superman, Strange Lives of Superman, with multiple heads, including this lion head. So that's coming. Not familiar with that storyline. So Kite Man, we're getting a Kite Man figure. Dark Archer, Dark Stars, Beast Boy Bronze Age, so classic Beast Boy. Again, Kite Man, classic right there. Mirror Master, classic version of him, which will be a red platinum figure, unfortunately. Metron with his chair, which looks like will probably be some type of deluxe figure. And then classic Deathstroke the Terminator. So, and then for your digital figures, we've got Batman No Man's Land, Batgirl, Stephanie Brown, Monarch, and Nightwing Bronze Age. Target exclusive Batman animated series wave. This will be after the Bruce Wayne wave, which should be going up soon, I think. But classic Batman, Grey Ghost, Ra's al Ghul, Killer Croc, and then for the first time, Jonah Hex. So that should be the Build-A-Figure in this wave. So this will come out towards the end of the year because, again, that Bruce Wayne wave that was supposed to come out like a year or two ago and got delayed, that should be the next wave that goes up on Target. Next round of DC Superpower figures are going to be released as a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. So this wave is going to include Animal Man, Cyborg, Deadman, and classic Nightwing. We saw these at Toy Fair, the 6-inch DC Super Friends line with Batman, Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Lex Luthor, Riddler, which will be a red platinum figure, and Sinestro. So coming in that kind of vintage Super Friends line. So again, these are 6-inch figures. For you statue fans, we've got a new Joker statue, King Joker, Superman, various Supermans, Azrael by Joe Quesada. Mortal Kombat. So we'd seen these renders before. However, we now have learned that they're going to do a combo of single packs and 2-packs. So with the 2-packs, you get the backdrops from the video game. So you can recreate fight scenes with the base. So that's kind of cool. So Melina and Sub-Zero will be a 2-pack. Then Sub-Zero will also get a single release along with Scorpion, Liu Kang, and Katana. So again, those will be single releases. These are part of their new classic Mortal Kombat that we first saw at Toy Fair. Already talked about the Marvel stuff. New Spawn statue. Spawn Blood Axe figure. This is the regular version with the horse. That will be available everywhere. But then there's also a gold label GameStop exclusive version. So that's McFarlane Toy Week 2025 at GameStop. I forget when that usually takes place, but again, that'll be coming to GameStop. New look at the at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Page Puncher figure. So the turtles themselves are 5 inches. These were announced at Toy Fair. We still haven't seen the actual figures themselves, but again, a new look at them with digital renders. So, for you turtle people seem to be singing the praises of these turtle figures. So we'll see. I don't know what the cost is going to be. I don't know how many Beyond the Turtles we'll get. I assume the human characters, if they get into doing human characters, will be taller than the turtles, who again are said to be 5 inches. So I'm guessing the human characters will be like 7-inch scale. So that is your WonderCon reveals from McFarlane Toys. So a lot of stuff there, a lot of good stuff there. Jada Toys was at WonderCon, MCU collector, taking these images. So nothing really new that we hadn't seen on the Street Fighter front. Same with Mega Man. We had seen all these Mega Man figures before. But we are getting our first look at Frosty the Snowman, a new Frosty figure coming from Jada Toys. So that's kind of their big reveal from WonderCon. We'd seen these, I want to say New York or San Diego, I forget, but for your cereal mascot figures, Hanna-Barbera, Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. So technically, again, part of the cereal mascot line, but if you just want some good Flintstone figures, those are ones you're going to want to check out. The Tony the Tiger, which went up for pre-order last week. Scooby-Doo figures, which again have already gone up for pre-order, the first wave. There's a look at Blanca, coming to Street Fighter. Cygat, which they actually made available at the convention. So if you went to the convention, you could buy this one. Their Player 2 Guile figure. Vega. He's coming soon. And then this was the other figure that was available. This deluxe Fei Long figure was available for purchase at WonderCon. You can buy this one online now as well on the Jada website. Mondo was the other company to have a fairly decent presence at WonderCon. So we already talked about the Marvel 1/6 scale figures. In Pursuit Toys, again, providing these images of the 1/6 scale She-Ra, which we've gotten before, but also getting Swiftwind. Now, it looks like these are being sold separately, though I imagine you could buy them together if you want as well. But Swiftwind is really the big reveal here. Again, She-Ra will be offered again if you missed out on the first one. You get the Loki figure with She-Ra. I'm not sure the name of this little horse creature here with the wings. But again, Swiftwind, He-Man got Battle Cat. She-Ra is getting Swiftwind. So no word on armor pieces off and stuff. You've got the head. I assume you guys are still there. It looks like we got cut off for a second, but I think we're back. Anyway, moving on with Mondo. At the panel, well, we also got to look at Mumra, their 1/6 scale Mumra, which looks pretty good. Unpainted prototype for 1/6 scale Manny faces. That was on display. So a lot of cool stuff in the 1/6 line. We also got to look for the first time. These were announced coming at they told us these were coming at San Diego Comic-Con. But our first look at the unpainted prototype for the 2000X based He-Man figure. So again, this is a 1/12 scale figure. Like they did with the real Ghostbusters, they're doing 2000X He-Man figures. No word on price, but at San Diego Comic-Con, they did indicate that these would be cheaper than the real Ghostbuster figures. How much cheaper, I don't know. I'm gonna guess and say probably you're gonna end up looking at between 65 and 75 for these figures, but that is purely just a guess on my part. I have no idea what the price of these are going to be. But again, 2000X based He-Man. We got to look at the prototype at the panel that they gave. We also got looks at Jatara, 1/6 scale Jatara for Thundercat fans. But for the 1/6 scale He-Man, they also showed renders for Skeletor. So again, these are 1/12 scale figures, Man-at-Arms, and Clawful. So those look like are going to be the first 4 figures that they release in this 1/12 scale line of He-Man, 2000X He-Man. They also announced they're going to be doing Superman animated series figures, 1/6 scale figures. I'm sure to go along with their Batman the animated series figures. So look for those to be coming soon. But again, giving us our first look at the 2000X He-Man. For real Ghostbusters, they had the Winston and the Ghost. So that's your next Ghostbuster figure that should go up for pre-order. The first 2 are already available. So look for that if you're collecting that line. And that's pretty much it for reveals on the Mondo front. All right, so that's your WonderCon reveals. Now let's jump over to Toylanta. And probably the biggest news out of Toylanta was Big Bad Toy Workshop, which, if you're not familiar, is the toy manufacturing arm of Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff with Fresh Monkey Fiction, but they announced at Toylanta 1/12 scale a tick figure. So this is up for pre-order now at Big Bad Toy Store. The cost is $40 for this. So again, essentially, these should scale with like Marvel Legends, I believe. So if you want tick, I won't say 100% perfect, but probably these should scale pretty well with like Marvel Legends and stuff. So tick is coming, multiple heads and the tie and stuff. So they had a prototype. This is a much earlier prototype that they had on display. Big thanks to Shartimus Prime for grabbing these pictures for us. So the tick. Now there was a panel as well at the convention, and just gotta get to it. So at the panel, so the line is actually called Longbox Heroes Prestige, not to be mistaken with a smaller scale Longbox Hero figure. So that's what these figures fall under this new line called Longbox Heroes Prestige. Again, they're 1/12 scale figures from Big Bad Workshop. And besides the Tick, they also announced they're doing some Rocketeer figures. They didn't have prototypes or anything. These have not gone up for pre-order, but the Rocketeer, along with Black Phantom and Onslaught Trooper, 2 different Onslaught Trooper figures. I think this is going to be done like as a 3-pack, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I'm sure we'll get other Tick characters in this line, assuming they sell well. So, I've seen people saying like we need to get this character and that character. So I'm sure it's coming. But technically, it's not just a Tick only line. It's kind of a comic book, an independent comic book line that they're doing in 1/12 scale. So, but they're starting off with the Tick for that line. And then thanks to MCU Collector, here's a look at figures that were on display at the Fresh Monkey Fiction booth for Operation Monster Force. So some unpainted prototypes. Most of these we had seen before. Most of these are available for pre-order now at Big Bad Toy Store. This was a new one. This gorilla. Actually, I'm sorry. These are from Sharp. These images come from Shartimus Prime, not MCU Collector. But so thanks to him. And the gorilla's name is Chatsworth. So these particular images came from Robo, who was also at Toylanta. So again, Chatworth was one of the new reveals for Operation Monster Force that they showed off. All right, so I think that is pretty much it. I'm probably missing a few small things. Let me just do a quick. One other company that was at WonderCon was the Nacelle Company, where they announced their second wave of Star Trek figures. These are 112, though these are more 7-inch scale figures, but for the Star Trek line. So it's another wave of pretty obscure character choices, or characters in obscure outfits. So Captain Kirk from Star Trek Generations, which they announced that at Toy Fair. We talked about it, though. They gave us a better look at the figure along with accessories. So the Kirk is going to come with a horse, a jar of dillweed. Oh, it does come with the eggs. I didn't realize it came with the eggs. So you get the eggs. You don't get a skillet to cook the eggs up in, but you do get the jar of dillweed and eggs from Star Trek Generations, an axe, firewood, and again the horse. So unpainted prototype of the horse, but there you go. But the other figures in Wave 2 are going to be a Captain Janeway from Voyager, a Year of Hell episode. So again, not a standard Janeway, but from a specific episode. Worf from Star Trek Generations, wearing the holodeck sailor suit. They started Generations, and they were in the holodeck on a boat, a vintage style boat. So both LaForge, again, we're not getting regular versions of Worf or LaForge, but we are getting these sailor uniform versions. T'Pol from Star Trek Enterprise, season 4. So that, it was somewhat of a mainstream figure, but, whether we'll get the other regular cast members from Enterprise, that's debatable. Captain Archer from the Mirror Universe was in Wave 1. Valeris from Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. I would have rather seen like a Savick figure from Star Trek 2, but got Valeris instead. Romulan Commander from the original series, played by the same actor who played Sarek, which of course was Spock's father. But again, he first appeared as a Romulan commander in one of the best episodes of the original series, The Balance of Terror. Carl Marcus, Kirk's old girlfriend Flame, of course, had David, their son, together. They never got married, but they did have a kid together. So Carl Marcus, who appeared in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Nog from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, wearing the more modern movie outfit. He eventually joined Starfleet, was a member of the Defiant crew. So Nog. And then Star Trek the Animated Series character, Bem. I don't really remember this guy, but he's getting a figure as well. And I don't know, somebody asked whether like the animated series figure would be done in an animated series style or be done in a realistic style. And I'm not sure the answer to that question. But again, very, just off the wall characters, kind of like all over the place. I said this when they announced the first wave of figures. I have absolutely no problem with them mixing in some of these more obscure characters, but I really do think you should be at least like, I feel like in this wave that we should have gotten like the Worf and the LaForge. Those should have been, even if they were like even if they were the standard Starfleet uniforms that they wore in Star Trek Generations, which was different from what they wore in the TV series. That would have been better than these sailor uniforms, in my opinion. Like if they just gave us like all the Star Trek The Next Generation, even if they started with something more obscure like Generations outfits to go along with the Generations Kirk and stuff, that to me would be a better choice than doing, like I said, the holodeck outfits from Star Trek Generations. But I don't know. I mean, I can only give you my opinion on these, but like I say, I feel like with the way they're going, this line is not going to have a lot of longevity. So I don't really feel like this is a line I want to start investing in if I don't think it's going to have a long shelf life, and if I don't think we're ever going to get the mainstream characters in their standard uniforms. Like I say, I don't mind mixing them up. I don't mind stretching them out, but I do think you need to at least include. And I mean, it could take forever even doing that because there's so many different variations of the crew, different outfits. If you're going to do the original series crew, you're going to do the original series outfits. You're going to do Star Trek the Motion Picture outfits. Are you going to do Star Trek 2 through 6 outfits? You could pick or choose, but I feel like you should probably pick one group of outfits from whatever incarnation, and then work on those, mixing them in with other more obscure characters in these waves. Same thing with Next Generation. You could do various outfits that they wore in the Next Generation. You could do the movie outfits, but I don't know. So, and also the other thing is, like right now, Wave 1 is available for pre-order, but you can only pre-order it through the Nacelle website. They're not available anywhere else. So to me, that's not a great sign either. I feel like they need to get these out to other e-tailers like a Big Bad Toy Store. I don't think the Nacelle company ships overseas outside the United States, so you're somewhat limited there. So I don't know. I would like to see a new modern Star Trek line, have longevity to it and succeed, but my feeling is that this is the way they're going with these is just way too many obscure incarnations of these characters, and I just don't have a lot of faith that that's going to do very. But I guess time will tell. All right. I'll scan through for a couple questions. My voice is starting to die. So you see Everett chiming in. There's John from Ireland. I knew he was going to chime in sooner or later. Will they say the price again? I suspect they won't say the price if they in fact do show the Maximum Hulk tomorrow, but maybe they'll surprise us. Asiano once again speaking up for a Maximum Aunt May figure. Coco throwing in a vote for Manape. Rick, nothing new for 66 Batman, if that's what you're asking. No, they didn't have anything new for that line. The Mr. Sugar Productions, Jada Toys is my new favorite figure company. Yeah, I mean, Jada's really doing some really cool stuff. My only minor complaint with Jada is just they're very slow. But other than that, I think they've been doing a great job. Were there a Mega Man Woodman before? If you're talking about the Jada Toys, the ones that they showed at WonderCon, I'm pretty sure we've seen before at like San Diego and stuff. I don't really do the Mega Man myself, but I remember seeing those figures before. Figure Fury, I'm excited for that tick, but I hate how far out it is. Yeah, that, they do definitely, Big Bad Workshop, Fresh Monkey Fiction, they definitely do the pre-order, and then go into production after the pre-order ends so that you wait like a year or so. So that's definitely a drawback, but Automaton, Super 7 vibes with their character selection. I assume you're talking about with the Star Trek. I mean, yeah, like I've seen people comparing their Star Trek with like Super 7 and The Simpsons, where like they really strung out giving us the main core family figures. But even then, at least Super 7 at least threw in like in the first wave, we had like Comer. So at least we got one. Yeah, they stretched it out. But so far, we're 2 waves in on Star Trek, and there's not been a single really what I would call mainstream character in a regular mainstream outfit that's been offered in the line. Rick grabbed Jada Saga at WonderCon and got to play with it and take photos of Blanca. Great figures. Nice. I'm looking forward to those myself. I don't know when places like Big Bad Toy Store and stuff will start getting in Saga in stock, but definitely looking forward to those. Are we getting more 6-inch Santa Claus figures? I assume you're talking about Fresh Monkey Fiction. I forget whether I want to say yes, but I'd have to go back and double check. Like there were some that went up for pre-order a while back. Jada's definitely a strong believer in quality over quantity. Yes, I would agree with that. I also think that Jada puts more emphasis on their die-cast. Yeah, they really got their start with the die-cast stuff, and that's really where a lot of their focus continues to be. Whereas they're just kind of started dipping their toes into that world of action figures. So they've been doing a great job, but they still, I think a lot of their resources go towards the diecast stuff, more so than the action figures at this stage. Hanzo, did I ever make a hard choice on the Star Trek Enterprise from Wrath of Khan? Are you talking about the Tommy one, which technically was from the motion picture, not the Wrath of Khan? But yes, I did. If you're talking about that Tommy one, that they did the made to pre-order crowdsourcing campaign for, I did end up backing that. So I don't know when exactly that's going to get released, but that I did end up getting because it just looks so good. And that is my favorite version of the Enterprise. All right, well, we're going on 4:00. My voice is dying here, so I think we're going to call it a wrap for today. But should be back on Wednesday. Again, don't forget tomorrow, Marvel Legend live stream, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll have full coverage up at Marvelous News. I'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll talk about whatever's revealed during that event and whatever else happens between now and then. But, definitely should be back on Wednesday. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Much appreciated. Stay safe out there. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,